Guys, listen to this. The more specific you can be, the better the output you're gonna get. So don't just go in going, oh, I'm just gonna add in some bits and pieces and be lazy and ChatGPT will do the work for me. The more information you can get, the better you're gonna get back. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of ChatGPT and AI, and you're probably sick of hearing all of these little widgets and ideas come up. AI has been partly a big distraction. It's taken people who don't have a very good strategy in business, and people have flocked to it hoping that AI will save them. And I think people are realizing right now that AI is not a strategy to save your business, it's a strategy to enhance your business. And how can we apply AI to help us go faster and get results quicker? So what we've been doing is strategically applying AI inside of some of our systems and tools and frameworks. And today I want to share with you how we've been able to do that for optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Now, for those of you who aren't on LinkedIn, but one of the things I will say is that LinkedIn is an amazingly powerful database. All of your opportunities for business, if you're a coach or consultant, are on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has so many new features that it didn't have a year ago. And it all starts with how do we optimize your LinkedIn profile so you stand out as a powerful first impression, so people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. See, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, there are people who will charge you thousands of dollars to do it. Now, why don't you need to pay for this is because ultimately there are only 5 or so key things you need to consider if you really want to rank highly, stand out, and use your profile to generate a few extra leads and appointments each week. Every single one of us we are more visual than we are anything else. We have a nerve that goes straight through our eyes into our brain directly. It's a superhighway of recognition. It's a superhighway of information. And so what we see, we tend to believe. What we see, we buy into a little bit more. If your profile looks trash, or it looks old, or your profile photo looks a little bit dodgy, or you've got an old photo of yourself, or your background looks weird, most of the time people are going to make a judgment, get this, in 7 seconds or less. In fact, most of the time now, given our attention's divided so much these days, it's probably like 3 seconds. So the first thing you want to have a look at is how can you make your profile look as like you as possible? So if I was to do this, do we look the same? So the answer is yes. And so the first thing that we want to do is make sure that your profile picture is dialed in. So profile photo is obviously critical. So people need to see you. Do you have a professional photo? Professional photo just means something that, like if you look at the circle that I'm in right now, this is about as good as the photo that you want. It should be clear up close. It shouldn't be anything, I'm gonna trip over a chair. This is not a good photo, right? People can hardly see you. Or you have the opposite where people do this, where they're like, or they kind of, people have something where they're looking off to the side, right? And it's like, really at the end of the day, you think of it like networking. I want to look directly in the camera, smile, right? Not a license photo, smile photo, right? So you want to, people want to see you and know that when they talk to you, you're going to look the same. So don't use a photo that was 15 years old. Use a photo of what you look like right now. Do your hair and makeup if that's what you want to do, but that's really important. So don't need to use company logos all over yourself. In my photo, you can just see there, it's basically just my head. Make sure it takes up at least 60% of the frame. By the way, with the tools that are available, LinkedIn do rank or de-rank you based on these things. So, you know, if your photo looks good, there are measures that LinkedIn take to make sure that you stand out. Cool, choose a background that isn't distracting, it's white. And what we've actually done in the past is added a ring around our photo so it stands out even more. The second thing is the Profile Optimizer Framework Headline Amplifier. This is a big one. What versus who? So what we often say is, what is the best way to describe what you do in 14 words or less? Don't be cheesy, don't be markety, just basically say exactly what it is that you do. I reckon a good formula is, just for starters, I help B2B coaches and consultants turn their knowledge and expertise into profitable businesses. So I, verb, plus audience to verb, plus outcome. Insert your keywords there. So I, what's a doing word? I help, I assist, I create, I transform, I develop accountants to save more time, to grow their practices, whatever it is. So I help accountants build their practices. I help doctors create profitable clinics, whatever it is. So we want to look at it and you go, look, I help B2B coaches turn their knowledge and expertise into profitable businesses. These things are really important. Are they critical? No, but these are the 1%ers. Because when I come to your profile, when you come to my profile, you're going to be making judgments about me, just as I will be making judgments about you. And I look at it and I go, cool, what is it that I do? In 5 seconds or less, what is it that I do? And everything happens is what the most important things that happen are what we call above the fold. So your LinkedIn profile is not actually a profile or a resume. It's actually a landing page, and you are the business development tool for your business. So the landing page, everything above the fold is important. That means that when you look at my profile or I look at your profile, anything below the fold, which requires me to scroll, is not necessarily important anymore, as important as the stuff that's above. So this section here is critical. This here is the most important stuff about you right now and the background. So let's get clear on that. Background builder. Background builder, as you can see with us, we have a pretty clear background. You've got 7 seconds to capture your prospect's interest. So choose something that's relevant to your target market. For example, so as you can appreciate here, guys, that's as simple as it needs to be. Use something visual that links to what you do. If you're an accountant, potentially have charts and a picture of an activity statement or something. Yeah, is it cliche? Of course it is. But when you walk down the aisles of a supermarket, for example, you're looking at things, and if it says source, you know that there's source there. Just quickly and easily give people a visual reference to the type of industry you're in and what you do, right? Pretty simple. Now the next part is where it starts getting a little bit complicated because you've got to do some work. So when I go into my profile, you'll look at this thing here. It used to be called your summary, but now they call it about. You'll see that the about section has nothing to do with what I do for me and my industry and my experience, and I like long walks on the beach. None of that. What it does is it shows people how I can help them. It shows people what I can do for them. It's as simple as that. Basically why we exist, how we get results for our clients, and if you're interested in how we can help you, they're the 3 main things that you need. The last thing is what we call the social proof amplifier. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this. If you want more information about this stuff, join us for our 5-day challenge. Peers, prospects. Who are your ideal prospects? And who do you want to be connected to? We teach our clients to connect only with people who are interested in buying from them. We're not interested in connecting with Aunt Mildred, Mother Mary, Uncle Bob. These are our colleagues, people who would never buy from us. If you want to use LinkedIn as a networking tool and a way to generate business, only connect with people who would be interested in buying from you. Otherwise, you dilute your opportunity pool. So 50% of your audience is people who would never buy from you. Every time you put a post out, 50% of the people who see it, maybe more, maybe less, will never ever do anything with that information. So whilst you might get likes, you'll never get leads. So you got to make a decision right now today. Are you optimizing for likes or are you optimizing for leads? That's a tough decision, but you got to make that. And it's harsh to cull people from your network, but you're either part of someone else's strategy or they're part of yours. And I would suggest that you should have a very clear strategy for using LinkedIn, because the cost of not having a strategy on LinkedIn is in the thousands. And right now, if you've done some stuff years ago on LinkedIn, it's a fertile ground for creating opportunities for your business. So we want to get clear on who they are. And what we say as tips are, surround yourself with people that want to do business with you, not people who are your peers. Surround your prospects with proof that you are the only credible choice to do business with. As you'll see, there is a couple of places in your profile that you can do that. In the featured section, what that allows you to do, team, is it allows you to add in testimonials. We also have a newsletter. Now, these testimonials are from people who have got great results. So we click this button here and you can add in all of your testimonials that you need from clients. Get recommendations from everything that and everyone that knows you, has done business with you, because these rank really highly. So make sure that you get your team, your friends, your family, all of the people. So how do we use AI to do some of this stuff? Fantastically important. Last hack. Ready? Your LinkedIn profile. What does your LinkedIn profile URL say as a keyword? Okay, so who wants to see how to use some of these things called prompts? And we're going to write up a profile pretty easily and simply. By the way, if you want a copy of this workbook, just type in workbook and we'll give you a copy of these prompts. These prompts are really important for you. You can use them, play around with them, get some ideas, get inspired. And sometimes if you just want to get a little bit lazy, let's be honest, just use these things and we'll rock and roll. So you want to jump into ChatGPT. For those of you who don't know what ChatGPT is, maybe you've been like living under a rock, but now is the time to sign up for it. It's pretty much free, so get it going. And we want to just ask it the question. Imagine it's a human being. We want to ask it the question. Something I prepared earlier. We jump in here and say, I'm going to ask you to help me optimize my LinkedIn profile. Before I begin, the name of my business is The Expert Project. What do? I work with business coaches, blah, 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 blah. Done. I've worked with everyone, business coaches, implementing marketing strategies, your business, especially LinkedIn marketing campaigns that lean into the power of social and professional online networking. Right, I'm just adding as much richness as I can. My target customers are business coaches and business consultants. Guys, listen to this. The more specific you can be, the better the output you're gonna get. So don't just go in going, oh, I'm just gonna add in some bits and pieces and be lazy and ChatGPT will do the work for me. The more information you can get, the better you're gonna get back. And so we wanna get really clear. The problem I solve for my customers is consistent lead generation from business coaches and consultants, especially organic LinkedIn marketing to turn connections into conversations into clients. Right? As an example, I'm just giving you guys some examples right now. Consultants, keywords and phrases I like to be associated with. Aha! This is what you'd like to be associated with. These are your keywords. Keywords and phrases I would like to be associated with my profile. Coaching, LinkedIn, marketing, lead generation. Cool, there you go. Business coaching. LinkedIn. So I might add those words together. LinkedIn marketing, lead generation, and yeah, let's try that. Lead generation, growth. Cool. Everyone ready? Now this is the power of it. I press this button here. It'll just add this in. So that's great. So ChatGPT is going to do its work. It's punching along. It's going to start generating some stuff. It's actually starting to add in the headlines, the background images, everything. Look at it. It's giving me everything I need. How good's that? So I then move to the next part, everyone. The next prompt is who versus what. In 14 words or less, can you give me 5 variations that I can use in my LinkedIn profile? In 5 words, 14 words or less. That's a pretty good prompt. Let's customize it a bit more. Let's start with the headline. Based on the context I provided, in 14 words or less, give me 5 variations I can use using this formula. This formula was what I gave you guys earlier. So here's an example. Click the button. It's going to generate me the information that I need, of course. There you go. So it's doing the work with the formula we've given it. Okay, so you can choose one or at least edit one. I'm sure there's one there that would be good. I assist business professionals to maximize ROI via LinkedIn marketing campaigns. Wow, that's great. Probably better than your headline right now. Let's be honest. So it blows me away because I just think 6 months ago we didn't have this. So let's jump on it, let's get into it. The next thing that we want to look at is we want to look at background image. Now, Rana, how do we get background images out of ChatGPT? Really good question. The prompt that you want to use, we're going to copy and paste this, and I go ping, Great. Now let's move on to the background. Based on the image I provided, write a mission statement. Based on the content provided, yep, mission statement, there it is, 5 variations, go. So this mission statement you can put on the back of you get a nice image and use a background builder to do it, right? That's pretty cool. So now I've got a nice image and some words to go with it. Now the thing is the about summary. Whoa, this is where we're starting to get really, really specific. These are the prompts that we want to use, but notice that we want to get keywords and we want to help people rank. So what we do is get this prompt and we do this, bang. Why we exist, great. Probably if we write it in a format, why we exist, this is what we do, our mission, who we help, how we get results for our clients, interested in how we can help, you can reach us here, include website booking, etc. Great, let's do it. So click that and it's going to do the about section summary for us. Amazing, right? Amazing. So we just write that out. These are the prompts. And then the next is the last prompt is what we call social URL hack. Based on the context provided, what would someone type into Google if they were searching for my service? So rather than figure it out yourself, leverage the power of AI to find out what the information and the answers might be and follow the example. This is what it looks like here. Based on the context I provided, what would someone type in Google if they were searching for my service? Best URLs. And I go enter. And it's going to give me, if someone was looking for your service, they might use terms like LinkedIn marketing for business coaches, lead generation. So look at that, LinkedIn marketing for coaches, coach lead generation, business growth, LinkedIn lead strategist, LinkedIn for business coaches. Boom. How good is that? Guys, that's the power of ChatGPT. When you have, remember at the start of this, I said, if you have a strategy, AI is an accelerant. It'll help you get to where you want to go faster. And in literally 10 minutes with the prompts I've given you, you could revolutionize your very own LinkedIn profile and make massive enhancements to it very cheaply, very easily, very simply. Guys, listen, hopefully that's been helpful today. Hopefully that's been of value today. Let us know if it has. Love to hear from you on socials. In the meantime, take care and bye for now.